Hi, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
Hello, everyone, and welcome to Thursday. How is everyone? How are you? How's your day going? How has your week been going? Have you found good things sourcing? Have you had some good sales? I have some good sourcing to show you today, including one of the best things I have ever found at the bins. I am so excited. It's been on my bucket list for years. I think ever since I started to honestly thrift and know about this brand, it has been my biggest bucket list brand every single year. Every year, Rand and I do New Year's resolution, goals, bolo lists, and this one I think has been on my list every single year. But the really awesome thing is, besides that, I do have a bunch of other really good stuff. I even have some Y2K stuff, but I do have some designer. I have some other luxury items. I've got a lot of really good stuff to show you guys today, and I really want to get through all of this today. So I'm going to do something really shocking and really crazy, and I'm going to try to focus and not get off track too many times or ramble too many times, because I have a decent amount and I really, like I said, want to get to showing you guys actually all of it. So without any further ado, let's just jump right into it, shall we? Let's start off as per usual with the stuff, then we'll move on to the shoes. I do have quite a few shoes, and then we'll move on to the actual clothing. And I won't make you wait till the very end to see the really good find, but we need to get through a chunk of this stuff first, and then I will show you guys. Again, let's start off with the things, and the things include two things. One of them is actually a plushie, which might be confusing to you guys. Also, the only thing this really looks like is a Neopet, so I'm sure a lot of you were like, what is that? This is actually, and no, I didn't know this before finding it, I just looked it up. It's actually a Killstar creature. I just recently had told you guys, I think, about Killstar. I feel like I recently had a find from them, but they are a really elevated gothic brand, a more expensive one, and they have quite a cult following. And apparently for a little while they made plushies that became quite collectible. I actually haven't been able to find this one online, but some people list some of theirs for $150. No, I do not expect to get that for this, but it definitely seems to be worth something. It's very soft and it's in very nice condition. It has I think this is called an ankh on the chest. It kind of reminds me of the Prince logo, even though I know it's a little bit different. And then my other clothing, even though this is clothing item, is a belt. So this is a really cute, nice, studded black leather belt. This is cow leather, it says. And this is a new with tags Banana Republic belt. As I've told you guys a couple times recently, that is the newest label from Banana Republic. Y'all could never guess how much this retailed for. This is why I do like to pick up Banana Republic and certain mall brands. This was $140 new. That is insane. There is no brand of belt that I would pay $140 for. I think that's just crazy. So this is an extra small, and when I looked it up, it actually is women's. Though the belt holes are between 31 and 35 inches, I believe it was. It seemed, to me, that gives more of a men's extra small, but I don't know, it came up as women's, so I guess it is. I don't know if it's just kind of supposed to be maybe a low hip belt, maybe? I don't know. I have one more thing. So this is an interesting one. This is a cheese bucket hat, and this is a Disney Ratatouille cheese bucket hat. Ratatouille, if you do not know, is the only non-spooky Disney movie that I love. And I love Ratatouille with a passion. I have to watch it a number of times each year. It's just such a comfort movie for me. Unfortunately, I'm not a bucket hat person, neither is Ryan, but this is from the actual Disney parks, and it's one size fits most. This is literally new condition. There might have been one scuff probably from the bins on it, but it was really small. I can't even find it now. But these, I don't know what they originally cost, but they online are listed for at least $50. I think you can only get this at the Ratatouille ride at the Disney parks. So that is wonderful. Perfect. Okay, moving on to the shoes. I have quite a few shoes. Apparently, I have become a shoe seller once again. Like I said, I do have a few Y2K shoes, and I know I said I'm not trying to like come for Ryan's gig. I am not trying to keep the items I would usually give to him. Usually, I don't really pick him up shoes too often, and I think shoes are kind of the one outlier. I've had really good luck with the Y2K shoes, specifically like the dance goes I have found. So I've kind of been dabbling in trying some more Y2K shoes like these. So these are some Mary Jane really funky clogs. They remind me of like old like speedboats or something like that. They're really funky. They've got sections of suede. They are, I believe, real leather, and they're by Jambu, which I think is kind of a comfort shoe maker. I don't know if Jambu uses real leather anymore, if these even are. But these are actually in really good shape. They do have peeling at the back kind of heel area that doesn't affect use, and honestly it would be hard to notice if you were wearing them. And I've noticed on Depop at least, a little bit of wear to shoes, the Y2K shoes, has never affected the sell-through for me. So next up, let's just do my Y2K ones first. So these are some ballet flats that are kind of inspired by sneakers. And as you can see here, these are some Coach shoes. These are called like the Annabelle or something like that. There is the Coach logo and then Coach, of course, on the bottom. These are a size 7. Oh, they're the Janelle. I was pretty close. These have some pretty good comps on all the different sites. People list these for about $50. And of course, they're a bit smaller, so they didn't cost too much. By the way, these Jambus are size 6. These funky, like, watercraft looking shoes. All right, let's keep the Y2K rolling. So next up is a pair of heels. These are heeled sandals, and these are so Y2K. The colorway actually gives me like 60s. So they're like a mint blue with brown pony hair at the actual like foot area. They're a patent leather, and they do have a little bit of discoloration kind of like right here, if you can see on the mint. I think just from like age and from the gluing. But these are size 7.5, and I think with this short heel, and especially that little bow detail, these should do super good. They're very trendy in color as well, so I could see those selling pretty easily. So this is a new Bola brand. I do have a few new Bola brands for you guys in this video. This is actually a pair of kids' shoes, which I did not know when I found them. They're called Bon Point, and I think they only make shoes from my little bit of research. They're size 35, which is why I was like, oh, maybe these are like women's, but no, these are also girls'. They have this little cherry on the bottom, and they say made in Spain. So obviously these bottoms are really what made me look into these more. Even though these are girls and they're kids, these retail for a ton. They have really good resale value. So I think I'm listing these at least at 50. But just for a pair of like kids shoes, that is really high. All right, another pair of Y2K shoes, but this is a more recognizable brand. It is these Mule Mary Jane clogs. They almost look like they have a big D buckle, like they're Dior, but they are not, I wish. Oh, but they are Dansko, so I guess the D makes sense for that as well. I don't know if that's why they made that shape, but it does look like D for Dansko. So these are size 37, so like a 7. These do have a little bit of wear, as you can see at the bottom. But again, with these Y2K style shoes, wear that doesn't really actually affect the use has never been an issue with me. So like this interior wear at the heels, some of this wear at the toes, not a big deal. These should honestly do fantastic. They are leather. They're from 2016. So I guess not super Y2K, but definitely Y2K in style. These I don't know if I'm going to sell myself yet. I got to look into them more. They look like very Chanel inspired kind of block heel slingback pumps. These are by Mark Fisher, which every once in a while can be at Ever Eve. Not always, kind of far from always, I feel like. Size 6.5, but these are, as you can see, brand new. They've literally never been worn. So that's why I was like, either I list them or I consign them, and they do really well at the consignment store. Gotta look into those more. I'll probably try them for a little while. Then we have some ballet flats, and these are, as you can see, some large plaque logo Tory Burch flats. I actually do not know the name of this style, even though it's been around for a million years. This has the new Tory Burch logo in it, which is why I did want to pick these up. I actually skip a lot of Tory Burch flats in the bins A, because they're in really bad shape, and B, because I honestly don't have that much luck with them. I mean, if they were in good shape, I would at least get them to consign, but they never are. They literally never are, which I guess is good that people like get their use out of them because they're pretty expensive. So these are a size 6.5, and they have kind of a like moccasin style bottom to them. It's a rubber sole, and they're like a patent like quilt. It almost kind of gives a Chanel vibe. I think these should do pretty well. Okay, 2 more pairs of shoes. Oh no, 3 more pairs of shoes. One of them is technically luxury, so we're starting off pretty good. This pair is shockingly lightweight for what it is, though it does have wood in it, and like, I guess wood can be kind of lightweight sometimes. So these are some clogs, some classic kind of heeled clogs with a leather upper and strap to them. Like I said, this is wood, a quite lightweight wood, and these are Jeffrey Campbell 4 Free People, which I think is a bit older. I don't think they've really put this label in for a while. These are size 7, though they are in really good shape, and I feel like this style is kind of timeless. There's always people that like clogs. I just can't get over like how light they are. They really would not like weigh you down or feel like a heavy, difficult shoe to wear. Let's do these boots, and then I'll do the pair of luxury shoes. You'll understand why I'm not like jumping for joy about them once I get to them. So these are some LL Bean boots is what they are actually called. I never knew that's what they were actually named. These are made in Maine at the actual like LL Bean factory manufacturing location. I don't know if that's the case for everything from LL Bean. I'm assuming no. But these, I think, yeah, no, I remember right. These are size 9. And these are the fleece lined ones. I don't know if they're all fleece lined. I don't feel like they are. These are super nice. I just thought these were in way too nice a shape to not pick up. They are a women's 9. Ryan kind of wanted to take these, but that is not his size. He is not a men's 7 or whatever that would be. Something interesting about these though, that I found out when I was grabbing them and looking them up, is that these are actually sold at Free People. Free People sells the Bean Boot by LL Bean, which I never knew. I didn't even look into it. I wonder if Anthro does too. I could see that. I could definitely see that. Okay, luxury shoe alert. Got these loafers. These are just some classic, thicker, kind of like beige leather loafers. They're actually in quite good shape. They're definitely older. The inner labels are worn out on them. I can't actually tell. Someone might have put a comfort kind of sole in here. I don't really know. But they are really nice leather. That makes sense because these are by Christian Dior. So the heel is an actual like official rubber Dior heel. And they are really nice, like, leather soles. They're size 8.5, and these, I am nearly certain, are men's. They're just so old. Which I wish the logo was in here. I feel like it says something that isn't Dior, which is why I wish I could read this, because it does look like it says something collection. So I don't know if this was a special Dior collection back in the day. It says Florence, Italy. I gotta see if I can read this. It almost looks like it says, like, Narini, Florence, Italy. I don't know. I mean, these I'm probably going to send to the Real because... Did I just like... This is no kind of like Halloween special on the channel, but I swear when I just looked up from these at the camera, on this side of the screen, a like black shadow just like moved. That was really weird. I'm sure it was just my eyes kind of adjusting, but that was a little off-putting. So these are definitely something that I'm going to send to the Real, just because like these will not sell for me. I mean, they probably could for like hardly anything, but the Real usually prices Dior pretty high. But I would like to figure out what that label on the inside says before I send them in. Let's get into some of the clothing, shall we? And let's move a little bit speedier maybe. So Miss Jackie already popped on this because I do have probably most of this already posted. This is a new Bolo brand called Never a Wallflower. This is a size large. And it's a really, really cute, it kind of reminds me of like Evereve, or it reminds me of Travata, if you know that brand. Travata Birds of Paradise, it's called. Really, really pretty, busy floral print in this really pretty orange color. So this could work for spring, summer, fall, because of the colorway and the style of it. So I gotta put that in my ship pile. Thank you, Jackie, for being patient with me so that I could show everybody your blouse. Then we have this very, very, very funky Free People top. So this is a Free People size medium. And this is a mesh, asymmetrical, like bustier top. It like never ends. I feel like when a clown is like pulling like rope or whatever out of their like mouth, that's very the vibe of this. So I guess it gives a look of like kind of a handkerchief of some kind or a silk scarf wrapped around you. I unfortunately don't have a really good sorting job done on these. It's gonna be kind of a random order. Hopefully that's okay. So next up is Peter Millar. I don't usually sell Peter Millar. This is a size medium, but this is a skort, and golf wear like this is pretty popular right now and has been for kind of a while. This also is a martini print, which I thought was so cute. I love this waistband, the like blue and white striping to it. It's a size medium. It's got pockets for your golf balls and pockets for your golf tees. And like the comps on that, they were actually really good. I think people had that posted for like $50, which is kind of crazy. So next up is American Eagle jeans. These are just some, I don't know, there's some low-rise baggy flares. As you guys know, I do like to sometimes pick up American Eagle if it's like a really current style. These are from 2024. As a reminder, on Aerie and American Eagle, there is a date right here of production, if that can focus. So these are size 2, which is definitely smaller than I normally like to pick up. But again, the style seems like one that would sell well. They're pretty lightweight, so they didn't cost me much. And I just mark them like not crazy expensive just to move them on. This pair, on the other hand, is a wonderful, wonderful find. These are Rag & Bone, size medium, and these are some printed jean like capri pants. The inseam on these is 23. I did measure. I haven't seen the capri style before. This is called, oh my gosh, I'm gonna forget. These printed jeans from Rag & Bone have a certain name to this collection, which hopefully I'm putting it where the Bolo notebook goes, because this is a really, really good collection to pick up and even pay up for. You wouldn't think so. You really wouldn't think like a printed jean would perform well, but they sell so well. Then we've got a Banana Republic piece. This is just a nice cotton gold dress. Super, super cute. Just a closet staple for me. Such a nice like sunflower color, honestly, or like sun color. I think this is great for fall. And again, it would be wonderful for like other seasons too because of that color. Next up, so I found a stack of a wealthy woman's clothing. A couple items I actually already consigned because they weren't the most exciting. So she had a bunch of Eileen Fisher. There was one Escada that I already kind of consigned, and a couple other things that just they weren't super exciting, but like they were high end, they were high retail, like a Lafayette 148 tank top, that type of stuff. But here's a couple of the nicer things that I'm gonna sell myself or do something more interesting with. So St. John, new label, size medium, and actually let me button one of these so you can see it better. Okay, I buttoned 2 of them. So this is a super, super cute, like net mesh crochet knit sweater jacket, I guess, thing. I guess I would call this more of like a jacket. It's almost kind of like a lady jacket style, especially with these like really pretty big buttons. This I also might end up consigning, but I thought this was more cute and more substantial that I wanted to show you guys it just because it's very nice. This is like one that I would definitely pay more for if I saw it somewhere versus like, I don't know, a lot of St. John isn't necessarily worth it because like it's hard to sell. The Real doesn't market it much, but that one is a lot nicer. So next up from that same woman, Autumn Cashmere, which is a Bolo brand, size small, kind of like Skull Cashmere. They just only make cashmere pieces. Skull Cashmere is owned by 360 Cashmere. I don't think Autumn Cashmere has anything to do with them. Last name Cashmere, different family. So this is adorable. I don't often sell this brand myself. It's another kind of like consign or do something else with brand. But this is super cute. And I also found a really cute model picture for it. It's kind of like a boxy fit because for a small, it has a bigger pit to pit than a small normally would. I love these like mother of pearl looking iridescent kind of buttons. It's super squishy and plush, but it's also like a really like lightweight cashmere. That's a really nice piece. This was actually in her stuff. And for some reason, I like threw this aside. Well, not for some reason. So it's this cute kind of like bohemian top. It didn't really match anything else from this lady, but it had no label. So that's why I threw it aside, which a lot of people probably also would do. And then later when I was like finding all these nice things, I was like, maybe I should look a little closer at that. So I did And this, if you can find it somewhere on there, I promise you, somewhere on here, probably closer to my finger, it says Tory Burch. So this is a Tory Burch blouse. I looked it up and it did have like the newer label in it. So since there is no label, I will definitely be listing this myself. Otherwise, I do consign Tory Burch clothing a lot because I noticed that I don't have the best luck with that either for some reason. Okay. Let's get into the ladies' I think best item. I am so excited about this. This is an amazing find. I found a Missoni piece. Missoni collection, which is great. This is a classic chevron knit Missoni cardigan sweater. Classic Missoni colorway as well. They love to use like beige, navy, and pink. So this really fits like the vibe of the brand. It's again I think it's supposed to be oversized. It actually doesn't have a size label, but it kind of looks and reminds me of the autumn cashmere. I just feel like this is probably about a small or medium, and it's just like boxier. So this is so cute. I think I did find a model picture and it looked boxier as well. I think I have this labeled as a medium, but like Missoni in the bins is wild. Wild, because I don't know, I've actually had pretty decent luck with Missoni in the past. Not that it sells instantly, but like it takes a little bit and then sells for a lot. This, I don't know if I'm gonna sell myself. I'll probably just consign this, but it's a soft surroundings, size large. It's kind of cute. It's like a beachy kind of tunic. It is like gold lace or gold stitching on that. Huge bolo. I know we've mentioned it a couple times, but we don't mention it very often, so get out your bolo notebook because I'm sure a lot of you don't have this in there, but this is poncho. This is a really big men's bolo. This is extra large. It is a gray, just like button-up shirt, and this one is just like buttons. Sometimes they're snaps, sometimes they are buttons. It does say magnetic pockets. That's like a big thing with poncho, is you don't actually have to button them. They're magnet. I don't know why. I don't know if that's what makes them like so sought after, but they are very popular and they keep their value really well. So I actually found two, and this one's a plaid. They remind me of like hunting or fisherman shirts kind of, because they're kind of that like nylon outdoorsy material, and they've got the venting on the back there. But these are such good finds. Oh my gosh, poncho in the bins, like it costs nothing and it always sells for like at least $50, so it is a huge bolo for sure. This actually already sold too, so I'll just show it super quick. This is a Banana Republic men's corduroy jacket. I don't often pick up men's Banana Republic, but I just thought this was quite nice and quite seasonal, and sure enough, she's out the door. Then this is Urban Outfitters, which usually I don't sell. It's Kimchi Blue. This actually is the newer label. They brought back their old one. Really cute Y2K cherry top. Super, like, I could picture someone on Friends or something wearing at least this style. Maybe not this print, but this style seems very like late 90s, early 2000s to me. This is another piece I'll probably just end up consigning because I know I'd get decent money at like Turnstile or something. But it is Kate Spade Saturday, which is a slightly lower end from Kate Spade. It's still obviously expensive. This is a size small, just like a sweater vest. Good for like Thanksgiving, honestly. Or fall. Cute, like, pumpkin-y sort of color. Next up, rewinding from Thanksgiving and back in my own territory, Needle and Threads, which is funny because Needle and Thread is a really expensive brand, but Needle and Threads I think is something different if I had to guess. This is a really cute Halloween tacky 80s, 90s sweatshirt. It's like a little washed because of the age. There's a couple small spots that I put in the pictures, and this measures out to be kind of a boxy 2X, so I love that this is plus size too. It's so cute. It's so cute. I'm so happy I found that now and not after Halloween. I still would have picked it up after because I still sell that stuff all year, but I'm happy that I found it now. I'm gonna do these next two quick because I don't know if you guys have any interest in seeing these. I'm just gonna give these a shot because they are pretty cute. These are some boutique like thermal waffle sweatshirts. They are both by Pole, which like, of course is expensive at the boutique, but then keeps no value like boutique brands do. Size small, but like could fit at least a large, I would say. I don't know, I thought it was cute. And some people mark Pole really high. So I'm just giving it a shot. We'll see. Some people have luck with boutique brands. I just, for the most part, don't. This one I actually thought was cuter, and this one's kind of the one that inspired me to pick these up. It's a flannel hood with a puffy flannel sleeve. And it has a flannel plaid star at the front. It's like a 1-star sneed or a 2-star sneed. Were there any no-star sneeds? Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. One of the only Dr. Seuss references that I feel like I actually have in my head. I think because it was like that was like a meaningful message. The Sneeds and how mean they were to each other. Oh, you lost your star, so look, now you're not cool. Okay, so next up I got a pile of shorts from probably all the same ladies. So these ones are Citizens of Humanity, which I do love to sell. Citizens that are good styles. These are size 31, so a good size as well. These are cute. They have this little like split detail on each side. Not really the season for something like that, but I will take it anyways. These are We the Free People shorts. These are also 31. Usually I don't like to sell colored denim like this, but these are really new. I think they actually are still on their website for like $78 or something. I kind of like this little stitching detail. Not that it does anything, just like a little fun detail at the back. And like, again, 31's a good size, so I am gonna list that myself instead of consigning it. And then this is really exciting. Again, same woman, I believe. This is a Goldie, size 32. And this is actually a skirt. And it's an asymmetrical pointed skirt. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but it like reaches a point right in the center there. This is called the Parker Angled Skirt. This should do well. This was sold at Anthro and maybe even Free People. I think the Citizens were also sold at Free People, so all of that kind of like checks out. These, I think someone had thrown back for some reason. So these are some really, really wide leg, really nice material Madewell pants that are actually new with tags, $98 or a size 10. So again, not a size I find super often. It's a really good size. I believe this person threw these back because there is one tiny little spot right here that looks to be like coffee or just a little dirt, which like, okay, I get it. It's new with tags, so like we can't really wash it, but just like list it with the flaw and whoever buys it, the first wash, that's gonna come out. So like, I don't know, I don't get it. Some people like will not touch anything that has any kind of flaw. Whereas I am like, just give me tattered, thrown in the dirt, thrown in the mud. I'm like, hand it over. I'm just kidding. Okay, so this is 525, which was formerly, the artist formerly known as 525 America. This is a ruffle, really cute, boxy puff sleeve sweater. A lot of times this brand is sold at Ever Eve, and sure enough, this sweater was, so that is why I wanted that. It's also just like a really cute style. Anyways, I at least would have got it to consign either way. Then we have some Free People pants. These are size 2. I need to depill these a little. They're just like slightly washed feeling, but otherwise they're in great shape. They're kind of like a pleat trouser pant. They are really cute. So even with the very slight wash where I still wanted to get them, is there a spot where I can kind of show you an example? I mean, really, they're not that bad. I don't know what my hang up is, but I haven't listed these yet. It's just like, I don't know if you guys can tell. Maybe like they came like this. I don't even know. It's kind of like, you know, like Athleta sweatshirts and Athleta sweatpants where it's just like you wash them a couple times and then they're just like slightly washed looking. I feel like that's what those have. Okay, shoot. I really should have shown you the nice thing. I actually don't have a ton left, though I do have more like really high-end nice stuff. I'm gonna show you one of my best finds of all time. This is where, I'm holding it over here. This is where I'll have a really quick story time. There was a shoe rotation and a bunch of the shoes were wrapped in plastic and they looked like Air Jordans or whatever. Our Goodwill like auctions stuff off and does online sales and stuff. So usually when stuff is wrapped up like that, it came from there. Like the stuff never sold. Maybe they tried it a couple times. So everyone was like frenzy over that stuff. I know nothing about Air Jordans. I think I heard people say they were like all fake. Anyways, a couple rotations later, there was a clothing rotation and a bunch of clothing came out. I saw a Balenciaga sweater that I could easily tell was fake, just like from looking at it from afar. But I was like, let me just look at it, because like just in case, like I can guarantee from here that it's fake, but let me look just in case. So I go to that bin, I'm waiting. Everyone else even could tell it was fake, so everyone kind of had like dispersed away from me. They say go, and I like pick it up. Sure enough, it's like terribly fake. I kind of throw it, then I see like a little bit of puffer underneath, and I was like, oh, I mean, puffer jacket, I can consign it. Puffers are usually pretty cheap, especially if they're down, because they're really lightweight, but people mark them really high. Or if it's a good brand, I can sell it for quite a bit. So I pick it up and I see on the arm this patch, and I was like, what does that say? Oh, it's the Canada Goose logo. Okay. I mean, there are a lot of fake Canada geese. There do be a lot of like fake geese up in the air flying with the real ones. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna grab it though. I quick looked at the logo on the inside and I was like, I mean, that looks good, but I'm not even gonna authenticate this right now. I'm gonna remain calm and I'm gonna go put it in my cart. So I run to my cart, I shove it deep in my cart, and I'm like trying to process. And I'm like, let me just first like look what else is in this bin before I like look too deeply into the Canada Goose. I found a pair of fake Chanel jeans, and all of these items were also from their auctions because they had these tags on them that had like Goodwill item numbers to them. So all of these were, I thought they authenticated things, but I don't know what Goodwill is doing. But they were all put up for auction and all of them didn't sell through. Either they priced them too high or nobody wanted them, or people could tell they were fake, like the Balenciaga. So saw some fake Chanel jeans, but I also saw some real stuff. There was like a real Diane von Furstenberg dress that had the tag on it. There were a couple things like that. So I like grabbed a couple things and I went back to my cart to look a little closer at Miss Goose. I did some inspecting. I will say I and Ryan have a Canada Goose. We have both invested in one, not full price, but from the real, because we do live in Minnesota and it gets so freaking cold here. So I do know some things to look for because I've seen a number of them in person. And this jacket is like 1,000,000,000% real. We've got all this like long documented paperwork here. We've got the authenticity hologram here that is like absolutely like they are. There's this like weird code. And then we have the style number, the size, the color code, and all that, which both of ours have. It's the exact same like thick waxy material. This is like 1,000,000,000% real. Totally real. It has the backpack strap. This jacket, I forget the name of it, but I'm gonna put it up on the screen right now. This is a $1,295 jacket. It's $1,295 new, and it is still available on the website. This is in spectacular condition. Stunning condition. It is like so nice. That was something that made me lean towards it being real pretty quickly too, is like, these are some plush feathers. Like, this is a really nice, squishy, really great condition coat. I am actually keeping this. I'm going to be sending my other Canada Goose to the Real to be sold. My other one is a camouflage like parka, and it isn't even really down. It has like some feathering to it, but it's very like flat, and it's almost like the like fire hose material, whatever they call it. I just don't like it as much as this one. This one's really gonna be warm. I have a lot of clothing that is black and white, so this is just really my aesthetic with this like light gray. So unfortunately, for anyone who's interested, this is absolutely a keeper. Like, I will be keeping this. It's gonna come in handy so much. I'm gonna take such good care of it. And when I was trying it on for Ryan, she not only had $1 in a pocket, $1, but there were these gloves, and I was like, oh my gosh, please also be Canada Goose. And they're Lululemon gloves that are a cashmere blend, so this person was bougie. And I'm gonna be keeping these too. So thank you to this woman. You really, like, I inherited this from you, and I'm inheriting your gloves as well. The gloves are also like new. Crazy. Oh, actually, look, it still has the tag. I can show you. This is the auction tag. Apparel listing 19 of 44. This was listed in September of 2025. So what? They only put it up for like a week. And then there's like a code. I don't want to show you guys too close just in case. I don't know if any of that's like secretive. Not that I work for them. Wild. And that always happens when they do the auction rollout or the like online listing rollout. Like 20 to 25% of it is real, and then like most of it's fake. They do it mostly in shoes and bags, and there'll be like 1,000,000 fake Gucci's and Chanel bags and Louis, and then like 1 or 2 people get a real one, and it's crazy. It's a crazy experience. Okay, I don't have a ton left. Let's get through this quick. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing my new beauty. But next up, this is actually also sold. This is Bob Mackie. I usually don't pick this up, especially to sell myself. Size medium, but it's this cute shirt with birds on it. Put a bird on it.
Put a bird on it.
Put a sad little tote bag. I know, I'll put a bird on it. Did you see this bag before? I didn't. Now there's a bird. It's flying. It's free.
Put a bunch of birds on it, I guess. Super adorable. Somebody bought that really quick for full price for like 39 bucks. Then we have this really cute Free People kind of waffle thermal robe thing. This is like not a style I've really ever seen by them, but it's kind of like a wrap cocoon. It's kind of giving a Leg and Look vibe. I feel like there is a branch of Free People that's kind of Leg and Look-esque. It's a size large. This is the last thing that also is actually sold, and I probably could have got more for this, but Soft Surroundings is hard to sell. So this is Soft Surroundings XL. This is a beautiful silk blend robe with peacocks on it. Wrong side. Peacocks on it. On the back, on the front. Okay, this is a huge Bolo brand. This is a luxury, or at least like designer, high-end designer brand. This dress I think was actually also with the Canada Goose bin, which makes a lot of sense. This is it's called like watercolor floral print is what the brand calls it. Dress, it's got long sleeves and it's kind of this like V wrap style. And this is by the brand Stein Goya, which is very expensive. This dress would retail for like $500. I think this is a size small if I remember right. It's kind of like a jersey mesh material. It's really, really cute, especially the print. I think it's adorable. This is Chaps. I've had this cardigan vest many a times. It sells really well. This is the only Chaps piece I pick up. Well, okay, some other tribal stuff, if it was older, I definitely would too, but for the most part, that's the one I pick up. This is Sunday Best, which is Aritzia, but this is really adorable. I'm just gonna give this a shot. I need to detail it before I list it, so that actually is not listed. 3 more things. This is another Bolo brand. This is called Billy Reed. It is a men's Bolo. This is size large, and it's a linen plaid shirt. Really cute, really, really, really nice linen. Very like crisp. This is Free People Movement. I've had this before. Size medium. It's like a paint splatter sweatshirt. I've had it as joggers and as a sweatshirt. It's not the like best performing Free People Movement, but it always ends up selling. 2 more. Look at that. I'm actually gonna have shown you everything. So this is just like a vintage or handmade quilt, like batik, block print, embroidered kind of bohemian jacket. It's got these like button closures at the front. All of this is embroidered. This is super, super nice and cute. Any of this like made in India stuff does really, really well for me. And last is a faux leather trench coat that was in fact sold. Oh, I love this. It's so cute. Was sold at Anthropologie. This is Avec La Fille, which I really only pick up when it was sold at Anthro. This is a size large. I have such bad luck with faux leather, so I probably shouldn't have picked this up, but it is in really good shape. There's a few very, very hard to notice lighter spots. Now I probably won't even be able to find them. And by lighter spots, I don't mean like full areas that are light. It's like just tiny regions. Here we go. Like, can you guys even see that? It's between all of my fingers right here. It's probably just like creasing or like rubbing a little bit. Very, very minuscule. This also has like really nice like front shoulder pads, so it keeps you looking like boxy and foxy. So if you want to be in the Matrix, here you go. No, but this is actually so cute. I just couldn't skip this. It's so nice. And I mean, like, I can consign this if it doesn't sell. So, like, it's fine. I do not regret picking it up. Okay, that is all that I have for you guys today. That was a lot. I'm sorry that this was a little bit longer. Maybe I edited it down a little bit. But as you can see, I had a lot of really good stuff to show you guys today. I'm gonna let you guys go now, but let me know your favorite few things that I got. If you were me, would you also keep the Canada Goose? If you lived in Minnesota, you could really use a new down puffer, even though you could probably make a lot of money off of it. But like, you know what? Winter is a coming. And if I don't wear it much or like it's just not working for me, I can always decide to sell it later. But for now, I'm absolutely keeping it. It's so nice. What am I doing with this? Like, why am I repicking that up? Okay, I will see you guys tomorrow on the second channel for Vlogoween week 3 if you're interested, or I will see you on Sunday with Ryan for a regular What Sold Sunday. Again, let me know your favorite couple things I found, and I will see you when you choose to see me next. Goodbye.